Hello, this is Fred Rowe from Sarah Bright Dot Fly Fishing Guide Service. I've been teaching, guiding, writing, and lecturing on fly fishing since 1982. Well, let's get to this week's fly fishing report from March 28th to April 3rd. Wow, spring-like weather. But we are into April, so I guess it is time we start warming up and seeing nice weather. And with that comes hatches. That means we're getting insects. And as a fly fisher, that's what we're looking for. Let's talk about the Lower Owens River. River's bumped up a little bit, was at 75 up to 100, expected to go up to even a little bit beyond that. We're in that time frame where LADWP is going to start making room in Crawley Lake for the snowmelt, so the river's going to start coming up at some point. Usually by the end of April, we'll see the flows go up, and then our winter fishing season will be over. But for now, guess what? It's fishing great. Yep, we're nymph fishing in there. We're using Betis mayfly imitations. So I'm fishing with size 18 olive quilligon, size 18 beadhead flashback pheasant tail. Then we're also using midge patterns in there. I'm using tiger midges and zebra midges in size 20 or 22. On the surface, there's still a little bit of caddis left, but I think the caddis hatch is kind of come and gone, which is normal for this time of the year. And then the blue-wing olives, they slowed down a little bit. When the water came up, the fish and the insects have to kind of acclimate to the fact that the water's jumped up just a little bit. But I think by this weekend, we'll see great fishing again, particularly dry fly fishing. So use blue-wing olive mayfly dry fly imitations, size 18 blue-wing olive parachutes, size 18 Adams parachutes, and then size 18 olive sparkle ducks. Bishop Creek Canal. It hasn't come up yet, but once it does, it will start fishing really good. So the problem there is the water's low, it's clear, and it's super easy to spook fish. How am I getting around that? Well, I'm just fishing the deeper holes, the faster riffle sections, and staying away from the flats where 60 feet away, I'm still spooking fish. And what am I fishing in there? Well, I'm fishing nymphs. Midges, I'm using size 18 or 20, tiger midges and zebra midges. And then I'm using size 18 olive quilligons, size 16 SOS nymphs, and size 18 beadhead flashback pheasant tail nymphs. Let's head up the hill and let's talk about the Upper Owens River. Roads are wide open. There's basically no snow left on the roads. There's some mud puddles and a little bit of mud here and there. But for the most part, everybody can drive in and access the entire area. Yeah, we're seeing a few trophy trout, but what everybody's kind of keyed into is what I call the resident rainbows and browns. Those are 6 to 12 inch fish, and they're taking the stuff that's hatching. So primarily, we're seeing blue-wing olives hatching right now and midges. So on the surface, Griffith snap in an 18 or a 20, and then blue-wing olive parachutes in an 18, and then sparkle duds in a size 18 and a size 18 Adams parachute. Under the water, well, I'm using the olive quilligon in a size 18. I'm using the beadhead flashback pheasant tail in a size 18, and then I'm using the midge patterns, tiger and zebra in size 18 or 20. Hot Creek. Well, you can access the canyon real easy, or you can access the interpretive site. It seems to get a little more pressure because it's easier to get to. I'm nymphing in there. I'm using the Euro rod, but you can also use a dry and dropper in there. And again, we're using kind of the same basic nymph patterns in there. We're using a lot of midge patterns. So size 20 or 22 tiger midges, zebra midges. I'm also using brassies or soft hackle brassies in there. And then I'm using the blue-wing olive patterns. Yeah, I'm using size 18 olive quilligon, and I'm using a size 18 beadhead flashback pheasant tail. Well, this has been Fred Rowe from Sarah Bright Dot, bringing you this week's fly fishing report. Yeah, I can be found every Tuesday at Mahogany's in Bishop from 9 to 11. And then I can be found on Facebook, on Instagram. If you want up-to-date little stuff, check that. Or my favorite, lpptv.us.